Thank you so much for everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you for honoring us and being here today. Raul is a little bit crazy. He says a lot of stuff and says and talk and talk. Sometimes when we're preparing some of those events and we start talking like Rush, and he's always the planner. Raul is the man that plans the events. He's the one that picked the time, picked the date, plans everything, and I'm always really happy to have him as a partner. But when sometimes the stuff that he said before the event, he don't tell me, so I don't know. But I'm like, Raul, man, you says a lot of stuff. But anyway, thank you very much, and thank you. Please give it up to my boy Raul. Yeah. I'm very happy to see you guys here today. I'm so happy, and thank you very much for making the time to come. I know it's a Friday night. People are work all the week, Monday to Friday. They're tired. It's time to go home. But you guys decided to come here so we can share some information. And I'm very glad to have you guys here. And I'm very glad to also have BJ here, who shares a lot of information about the credit union. And this is very important, having one of our community, guy that actually, I don't know if you guys remember, he said it. Heritage Credit Union is one of those 2 credit unions that got, chartered last year. This is phenomenal. It doesn't happen all the time. So thank you very much, BJ, for, bringing those information, and as I said, this is where we can invest our money and we can control the interest. Very important. And I want to also give it up to Antoinette. I always, thank you, Antoinette, for what you've been doing. As Antoinette, showing all this information, Antoinette helped me buy my house, and I'm always grateful. Somebody that helps you acquire your house, you always have to be grateful, even though she was doing her job. But this is one of the greatest assets that you have, and it's very important for those people to actually, help you achieve it. So, and she helped, more people here also in the room. So, Antoinette, thank you for all the work that you've been doing. All right. So, as Raul was saying, tonight is more about talking about end of the year, holiday party. And I want this is to actually, just for everybody, just to take a moment, like a pause. Because this is a time to reflect and to reset. To reflect and to reset. Because during the year, all the decisions that you have made shaped you, made you who you are right now. So, what question you want to ask yourself is, am I positioned to win next year? Am I positioned to win next year? Because, the year changes, but nothing in your life doesn't change until you change the decision that you want to see in your life. If you don't change decision, everything will be the same. 2026 will be as 2025, 2024. But we want to position ourselves so 2026 can be one of the best years that you have never lived before. Because guess what? The life that you've lived before, it doesn't matter anymore. Today and what is about to come, that's where you have to focus yourself. And this is where RMJ comes in to play a little bit of role in the decision that you have to make next year and what will happen in your financial life next year. I had great partners here. Antoinette talk about acquiring house. Maybe you have a house already. Maybe you want to buy an investment property. Antoinette can help. Maybe you have money in your saving and then you want to make more money. You want to invest. BJ can help. Now, maybe you actually want to look at your taxes. You want to look at your finances. You want to acquire capital. You want to look at bookkeeping, CFO services. That's where RMJ comes in and play a role in your financial decision that will set your life for success. So I want to talk a little bit about the services that we offer. So my goal right now is to talk about mastering money and taxes, and especially funding. How you can fund yourself to do investment, how you can fund yourself also to be able to position yourself into your business. Raul already presented me, so I don't have to say much again. Like I said, I'm preparing this event. I put it in place. I don't have to say, anything about myself. My boy Raul did the job for me. Okay, so technically I was talking about what RMJ can play in your life and what RMJ brings in. So at RMJ, a lot of people know us as doing taxes, but that's only one fraction of the job that we do. No, we do taxes, but we do tax planning. It's important that you have profit and loss statement, that you have those documents. It's important. This is one of the requirements by the Internal Revenue Services. We also do CFO services. Now, bookkeeping record exactly what happened in your business. If maybe you have inventory, maybe you have payroll, maybe you have expenses. That's bookkeeping. But what is CFO? CFO is actually planning ahead. Maybe your company is making $200,000 and you want to make $400,000. What are the decisions that you need to make in your business so you can make more money? This is where CFO comes in, because we look at some of the things. Do you have enough employees? Do you have less employees? What expenses you need to cut in your business so you can make more profit? That's what is CFO. It's always planning ahead of time, making sure that you make the money that you really want to make. So the other services we do is tax resolution. What is tax resolution? Let's say sometimes it happens. You file your tax return, you owe the IRS some money, and you don't know exactly how to deal with that. And maybe you don't have the money to pay. Tax resolution comes in. If you owe $20,000, $25,000, $30,000, depending on how much you owe, the law shows also it's not always that you have to pay the money. If you can't pay, there's no problem. There's always solutions. There's different solutions we can put in place: offering compromise, currently non-collectible, partial pay. All of those are ways that exist that can help you, that the money that you owe the IRS, can be probably taken care of. So this is tax resolution. That's what we offer. Another good thing now that we offer is funding. How can we help people have access to capital so they can invest into their life? That's one of our services that we do. So tonight my focus is more I'm going to talk a little bit more about tax planning, and I'm going to focus more on funding because it's very important. So I know the clicker is a little bit slower. When you click, it takes time before it moves to the next one. Okay. So I was talking more about tax planning. In America, the tax system is what? Is a pay as you go. What it means pay as you go. If you are a W-2 owner, you have to pay taxes as the year is going. So what happened is every 2 weeks when you get your paycheck, you'll always say federal withholding. It's actually taxes that you're paying. Those are income tax that you're paying actually, because it's the pay as you go. So at the end of the year, maybe you make 6-figure income, right? And then you file your tax return. And when you file your tax return, you find yourself that maybe I have paid only, this year I only paid, maybe $2,000. And then you feel like you're okay, you only pay $2,000. That's not true. Because during the year, every 2 weeks when they were taking money out of your federal withholding, that is taxes that you paid. So all those combined together, this is what is actually your income tax. If you are a business owner and then you owe taxes the previous year, what the IRS requires that you have to do quarterly payment. So that means every four months, you have to pay taxes. Every 3 months, you have to pay taxes. So when we do tax planning, we actually try to work with you and make sure that you pay the least amount of money. And how do we do that? We do that by bringing strategies, different type of strategies. Because you can have your business and then you file tax return, but maybe you make 6-figure income, maybe you have 2 kids, and then you're running your business, but you are missing on some important tax write-off that you don't know. Some of the important tax write-off is meals. Meals, what I call meals. You guys are here tonight, right? We are sharing champagne, we're about to eat food. This is business deduction for me. This is not just something that I'm just doing it. It's business deduction. So as you, what we teach you also, and we teach everybody that has a business, is how can you actually look at how you can take care of this strategy. What we teach you is that, let's say you are from Africa, here in America, right? Sometimes you travel to Africa to see your family. Are you sure you're going to travel to see your family only? You sure you're not going to meet a business partner there in Africa? You're going to see your family, and you're a business owner, and you just make that decision. You book your flight and just go see your family. Wow. That plane ticket maybe costs $1,500. Do you know that if you're going to meet at least one business partner, that $1,500 is deductible in your tax return? But if you don't use that, you're losing that money. Do you know if you actually thinking about maybe going to the restaurant and eat? Okay, you're hungry, you want to go to the restaurant and eat. How about you going to the restaurant and meet a client so you guys can have a meal? Then whatever money that you spend at the restaurant is tax deductible. You know, maybe you have kids. Okay. Oh, maybe you have 2 kids, 7 years old, 9 years old. Do you know you can hire your kids in your own company and it's tax deductible? The reason we do that is different. Let's say you hire your kids, you pay the child $15,000 a year, right? $15,000 a year. When a child makes less than $15,000 a year, it's tax-free money to the child. When you make that money, you have to pay taxes on it. So let's say that you are in a effective tax bracket of maybe about 20%. $15,000, 20%, that's $3,000 taxes that you're paying because you have that income. If we shift that income to your child, tax-free money, you just save $3,000. Imagine you have 2 kids, that's $6,000. So those are strategies we actually teach you and show you how you can mitigate your tax bill so it can go down to the least amount of taxes. And guys, I didn't make those laws. Okay? I didn't make them. I just studied them. I did not make them. Congress made them. Because something that people don't really know is like the government wants you to pay less taxes. They don't want you to pay a lot of taxes. The reason why I'm saying that, if they want you to pay taxes, why did they put those laws in place? They put it in place so you can use it. So we show you actually those strategies and see how you can mitigate your tax return. So I can have somebody making maybe $200,000-$300,000. When we show them strategies and we show them how to make it, maybe at the end of the year they don't pay no taxes. And if you are a W-2 owner, don't think like at the end of the year you did your taxes and you got a refund that you did not pay taxes. That is not true. You file your tax return, maybe you make 6-figure income, and at the end of the year you got $5,000. Oh, I didn't pay no taxes. That is not true. Because during the year, every 2 weeks, you were paying. So when we combine all of that, maybe you can maybe have a $5,000 refund, but you actually paid $15,000, $20,000 to the government. But you don't know that because you have not been taught those little details. So what we do in tax training, we show you those deductions and how you can use it. And it's all depend on your tax bracket. I talk about hiring kids, talk about travel, talk about meals, even your car. Even your car that you have can be tax write-off. As long as in the car, if you're driving the car, let's say your name is Alex, you're driving the car, Alex is driving. You have an LLC called Alex LLC. When Alex LLC get in the car, it's not Alex anymore. It's Alex LLC. Then Alex LLC has to pay his fair share of taxes. That means we can actually depreciate your car if you are using it maybe more than 50-60%. So those are things that we can use. So when we show you at the end of, because let's say that you bought a car. You know, I'm sure most of you guys drove here and you have a car. Maybe you bought it $15,000, $20,000, $25,000. That money that you paid for the car is money that you lost. Because the car value is only gonna decrease. It will not increase. Because I've never met anybody that has a car and then next year the car value actually increase. So it actually goes down. But if you take it on the business side, then you can depreciate the car. Then you can recoup the investment that you made in the car. So those are things that we actually show you. And there is different strategies that we show. Board of director. What is board of director? Because if you have a business yourself, and then we're teaching you all those things, maybe travel, maybe hiring the kids and all of those things, but maybe you have a spouse, you have a significant one. And when you're going to, New York in vacation or something, well, I don't call it vacation. You're actually going to meet a business partner. That is you going to meet a business partner. You are going to travel. So you want to pay for your wife to be there. You put your wife in the board of director of your company, then the expenses of your wife also get deducted. See how sweet it is? Not only your expenses, but the expenses of your spouse. And the expenses of your kid, if the kids are going with you guys. So all of those are business deductions that we show you. And those are just, some of the small strategies that I'm showing. Even a carnival plan. You have a business, you have a house. Rihanna, you know this strategy, right? We work with you and we showed you this strategy. It work. You have a business, you have a house. You have a house, okay. In your house, you pay rent, right? Why will you allow your own LLC to live in your house and don't pay rent? Because you created a different entity so it can be separate from you. If it's separate from you, then that entity needs to pay rent. So imagine you have a house and then you have a 4-bedroom and then you have an office. Then you allocate maybe one of the rooms to the LLC. Then on your mortgage, that rent, you deduct the part of the LLC. You save money. Same thing on electricity, water, trash, HOA, maintenance, all of those things. You allocate it to the LLC. That can save you a lot of money. So those are just strategies that I'm showing there, and there is more strategies. Even maybe you are here, you make a lot of money in stock. The strategy we call GFX trading. Maybe the money that you made, maybe let's say you traded stock, you made $100,000. We can take $10,000 in there and create paper losses of $80,000 by the law. So you mitigate the taxes that you have to pay. So I'm talking about tax planning now. So you guys can think, anybody that makes 6-figure income, and if you are not using tax planning, you are at least maybe losing $10,000, $20,000 every year. Imagine if we show you and help you recoup that $10,000, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000. What investment can it do for you? Certainly something that you have a project, you have to start a business, something. Those are things that we show you and we make sure you save that money. So, this is a little bit about tax planning that we do. And we always work with our client and we show them, if you are making 6-figure income, stop calling us only in January that you want to file your tax return. Because when I look at your tax return, I see that you're bleeding. But unfortunately, there's not much we can do because you did not do tax planning. If you didn't do tax planning, there's nothing we can do because in January, we only record. So today is January or December 29. So some of you guys, you have 10 days to do some of the strategies. If you don't do it in January, if you didn't do tax planning, you're going to bleed. For sure, you're going to bleed. You might get a refund, but you don't know that you pay taxes. So this is a little bit of tax planning that I wanted to talk about today. And, there is so much deduction, so much stuff that we can talk about, oil and gas investment, GFX trading, equipment leasing. All those are strategies that we can throw in there. It all depends on your income level. You're making 100, 200, 300, 500. We have clients that we work there, they make $3-4 million. And we bring those strategies that actually help them to mitigate taxes. So depending on your income level, we bring strategies that will make sense to you. And we show you the value. Because one thing that I always tell my team and myself is, if we are working with you and we are not bringing value to you, there's no point for us to work with you. It has to be valuable to you. So we show you the value and we show you exactly what is different, what difference we can make. So this is about tax planning. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about is funding. Funding. I know, we did the ad out when we said that we can help people have access to $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. And so, some of you guys maybe think, if Rashid is maybe lying. I mean, how can you help somebody make $300,000-$400,000? Because this is so much money that maybe you never had it at once. So it's a little bit scary. So who here don't believe that we can make it happen? I want somebody that's really honest. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. This guy is not okay. I like that. So you don't really believe that. Okay. I like that, Mamadou, also. Because I like honest opinion of people that believe that this cannot happen, and how you can help somebody make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 so they can invest into their business. Okay. Last time that I did the presentation, I believe I had maybe 5, 7 people that are actually in this room. Okay. I like to talk with proof and talk so we know exactly what we are doing. You know, it's very important. Okay. It's very important because when you talk, you gotta do proof. Those are my credit cards. Credit cards, lines of credit. This is mine. This card by itself has $84,000 inside. Mikolo. Right? Huh? Yes. This guy only has for 84,000. Let me see it. There you go. There you can look at it. Yeah? You can swap it. This has $20,000. Another $20,000. $46,000. $25,000. I can keep on going. Those card here is worth more than $500,000. This is me exactly. But now when I'm showing this, this is not special. Everybody in this room can make this. I promise you 100%, not 99, 100%. Everybody can make this. Everybody. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do this. You know, in America, there is 9. You wanted to say something? Okay. I'm going to get to it right now. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to get to it right now. In America, you have more than 9,000 banks in America. What is the job of a bank? Can somebody give me the answer? Huh? No, BJ, you own a bank, so you don't have to answer this question. Okay, you cannot do that. What is the job of the bank? The job of a bank is to loan money to people. This is how they make money. If they don't loan money to people so they can make interest, they don't make money. So now means what it means. In America, you have 9,000 banks, more than 9,000. So that means all those 9,000 banks want to loan money to people. They want to loan money to people. But now, if they want to loan money to people, why are they then not loaning the money to you? Because every bank always have 2 types of file. The people they want to work with and the people they don't want to work with. They have those files in the underwriting department. And what is the only file that the bank look at when they want to loan you money? It's your credit. It's your credit. Because think about it. I'm a bank. You come to me, you want to get money. What is the paper that I can show me that I can trust you so I can give you money so you can go and work and make more money? It's your credit. That's the only file. When I started getting into the credit and understanding it, I named the credit the #1 degree in America. I swear. You know, Raul talk about all the degrees that I have. That is not important. The #1 degree in America that you have to look at, that you cannot play with. Because when you understand the power of credit and the power of leverage, I've shown you guys those cards that I have. It's lines of credit there, it's credit cards there. But this is not my money. That's not my money. That is the bank money. I just have access to it so I can use it, leverage it, do the things that can make more money for me, and I can repay them back. That's all it is. So what I'm showing is not get rich quickly and, get those cards and spend it to the things that, no, that's not what I'm showing. Now, this is not for money to, maybe get money and go buy a new car or, travel the world, go to Bahamas or, no, this is not what I'm showing. I'm only showing good debt. money that you can have access to, money that can work for you, money that can make more money for you. As I said last time, money makes money on money. Money makes money on money. So if you have access to this money, what can it do for yourself? What can it happen? What projects that you have that you can make it and use it so you can start using it? So credit is the number one thing that, banks actually look at it. And guys, I had a 535 credit before. So if you are sitting in this room and you feel like you don't have a 700 credit, it's not the end of the world. You just have to position yourself, make sure that you work on it, and make sure that you position yourself to get the funding that you need. Now, when you go to the bank, the credit is just a qualifying thing, but there is details in your credits that the bank look at it, and then they can fund you. You can sit in this room, have an 800 score. You go to the bank, they will deny you. You go to the bank, they will deny you because they look at some of the stuff. When banks want to fund anybody, they look at more than 40 metrics, and credit is only one of them. They look at 40 metrics. 40. Utilization. How many inquiries that you have? What is your income? The type of industry. All those things that banks, they will look at it. What is your projected revenue? What kind of structure do you have in your LLC? Even your LLC name can make you deny. Even your LLC name can deny you. Even your LLC name can deny you when you go to the bank and you want to have access to credit. If they don't deny you, they give you a little bit. Last time I took an example here. Maybe somebody sitting here doing tracking. You call maybe yourself is, XYZ Tracking LLC. You go to the bank. Tracking is a high-risk business. If they fund you, they'll fund you a little bit because they are not sure they will recoup their money. When you come to us, we change the name. XYZ Logistic. Because when you are logistic, maybe you are moving freight. Maybe you don't have any track on your name. So then you are much more trusted. There is NICS code. What is your NICS code if you have an LLC? That only can make a difference in $10,000, $20,000 of the money that they can lend you. So those are things that we look at it. Even what is your highest credit, card limit? Think about it. In your credit profile, you have your highest credit card is maybe 5,000 or 7,000, and you want to have access to 50,000. And I showed you a card of 84,000. The bank, they're smart, they know. If they look at your file, they see your highest credit card is 10,000. And it's easy for them to just give you $70,000, $50,000 easily. No. We have to subvert some of the stuff in your credit. Power of authorized user. Power of adding trade lines into your credit profile. So when you have trade line in your credit profile, and what we do at RMJ, we show you, maybe you have friends that have maybe highest credit cards. Ask them to add you as authorized user. If you don't have it, we help you to get those things because there is trade lines in the market. So we add it to your credit profile. So then now you have maybe in your credit profile, you have maybe $5,000 or $10,000 that you can have access to. But more importantly, you have, the authorized user that you have access to $20,000, $30,000. Then when you go to the bank, it's more acceptable because they know you have access to this and you still have a good credit because you are managing your finances perfectly. Then we can trust you to add you money on your LLC side. So all those are metrics that banks use. Even the numbers of account that you have. If you look at your credit profile, if you have less than 12 accounts, trust me, if you go to the bank, they will not give you a lot of money. Why? You only have 11 or 12. So those are things they look at. Even you go to the bank, you have an 800 score. If you applied for a credit card less than 6 months ago, if you go to the bank, most banks will deny you, even though you have an 800 score. Why? Because they want to see how you are managing that last credit card that you got. You got it maybe 2 months ago. It's only reporting 1 or 2 times. Is it making a difference? They want to see. So those are things that they look at it. Even some banks, like Chase. Chase have a 524 rules. What is the 524 rules? If you have applied more than 5 credit cards in the last 24 months, you go to Chase, even though you have an 800 credit score, they will deny you. That $84,000 credit card that I showed you is from Chase. Chase alone can give you $150,000. Even though you are brand new, like you created your LLC today, tomorrow you go to Chase, they can give you that. But it's all depends how you structure your profile, how the underwriting they look at it. And what Bureau Credit Chase pulled from experience in Texas. You look at PNC. PNC can give you up to $75,000. MidFirst Bank, $40,000. Bank of America, $40,000. Wells Fargo, $50,000. Guarantee Bank and Trust, $25,000. Citizen Bank, $25,000. US Bank, $30,000. They pull from, US Bank pulled from TransUnion, MidFirst from Equifax, Truist, $25,000, Equifax. So you have to know which bank they pull from, which bureau they pull from, and also how much money they can give you. American Express, Experience, with only one pull, they give you 5 credit cards. And they pull it from Experience. And also the sequencing in the funding, that is very important. The reason why the sequencing is important, if you want to get funded, if you come to us and we are doing your funding, we look at also where you have to start. If you go yourself, maybe you go to a bank, you feel like with the information that I shared, you can go, maybe you go to Wells Fargo, you apply there, and then you go to Chase later, they will deny you. Because Chase is very sensitive. They are kind of jealous, you know. It's like, you married to me, I don't want you to have another girlfriend, you know. So this is how they think. So, you know, we start first from Chase, then we go to Wells Fargo later. If you start from Wells Fargo, you go to Chase, they will deny you. So imagine Chase only can give you 150 and you did the sequencing wrong. They will deny you. You see how it can hurt and how just a little bit of information can change things in your funding? So this is something that it's very important if you are looking for 100,000, 200,000, 300, 500. Guys, I just gave Chase, I say 150, PNC 275. That's how much? 225. Even though you start your LLC today, you can have that fund. And we promise you that. Cedric is here. He just said, when I said you can believe it, Cedric is one of our funding specialists. And then we do these things and we help anybody. And we tell people, if you come to us, you want to get funded, we can help you get funded. So depending on how your credit score is, we can help you get there. But my thing also today, I want to show you a little bit of difference also, because I showed credit cards and some people might feel like, but it's credit card. You can liquidate it and get cash in your bank account so you can work with it. It doesn't have to be money on the credit. So you have credit cards that we can do. We have lines of credit. Lines of credit also. Your LLC is less than 2 years old, you cannot get lines of credit. Because why? 70% of banks, 70% of businesses in America fail in less than 2 years. So when you go to the bank, you want to apply for a line of credit, they will not give you because they want to see first pattern. But guess what? You come to us, there's ways we can teach you so you can have it recoup that time. What about we go out there and buy a new LLC that is 2 years old and we go straight and get a line of credit, $100,000 from KeyBank, they'll give it to you. Where can you get those 2 years age LLCs? We teach you and we show you how to get those things. How you want to liquidate your card? We show you those things also. You want to apply for a term loan? We can help you, structure that so we can make sure that you have the funding that you need so you can do the things that you want. And the one thing that I stress about on the 0% credit card, because mostly it's 0% for 12 months. But 12 months, maybe you feel like, oh, what about after 12 months? Maybe the interest will go up. Yes, it's possible, but depending on what we sequence for you, we can show you that you can get those 0% for 12 months. After 12 months gets there, what we do, we go to different banks, we get another 0%, we do balance transfer. You get another 12 months. So maybe by the end of that, we can do another balance transfer. So you can wiggle around like that for 2 years, and then you're not paying interest. Guys, I didn't create the banks. The rules are there. I just studied them.
That's right.
That's it. Yes, sir. Just study them. So those are things that you can do, and everybody can do those things. Everybody. You just have to do it right, sequence it, and do it. But here at RMJ, we show you exactly how those things work, and we work with you so we can make sure that, we partner with you and make sure. But one thing that I was actually even thinking is like, it's easy for us also to show you how to have access to capital. Some of you, maybe you already have an idea of the business that you want to do. Maybe you're already in your business. But some of you maybe might feel like, how can I have freedom Because we've been talking about architect of your own financial freedom. We have to be able also to show you some other opportunities that are out there where you can deploy your capital so you can make more money. People are here today. Maybe you want to be in real estate. Antoinette is here. She's teaching those things. You can even create a tax business, guys. You can be tax business like us. You can create an Airbnb, home care, consulting, AI, all of those things. So we have to show you also value. And there are some stuff that today I want to talk about because it's easy to start your own business. And sometimes it's not, you don't have all that maybe, knowledge and all those, how the processes work. But how about we show you that you can go out there and buy a business? You can go out there and buy a business. Can anybody believe that you can go out there and buy a business? Abib, right? You can buy a business, right? You are a business owner. You make a lot of money already. Why you want to buy another business? So you can go out there and buy a business. But maybe, who knows how to buy a business here? Only one person? You guys want me to show you a little bit of how you can buy a business? Yes. All right, you want to see? Yes. All right. Guys, please pay attention, okay? I'm going to show you something on the board. How you can buy a business in America and how you can succeed if you are really disciplined and you know how you want to position it. Let's just say we help you, even though you have a bad credit, we can fix the bad credit that I was talking about it. Depending, you have a bad credit, we can fix it. So we fix your bad credit. We make sure that you get positioned to get, let's just imagine, maybe $250,000? I'm going to take an example, $250,000. So $250,000, we help you get that. So you have now that capital, right? And if maybe think like you want to buy a business, right? I'm going to take an example, maybe a business that costs $2 million. $2 million business, right? $2 million business, what does it mean? That means that business at least have somewhere around about probably 10 to 12 employees. So usually in this type of business, you have sales department, you have marketing department, you have operations, you have finances, and then you have also customer relationship. So this business is already making money. And guys, there is ways to do due diligence so you can know exactly if the business is really making money. But why do I want to talk about buying a business? Because there is something that is happening in America right now that is very important and critical. There is the biggest transfer of wealth that is going to be happening in the next 10 years in America. You know why? The baby boomers are retiring. 10,000 of baby boomers are retiring every single day in America. 10,000 of them. And a lot of them own small businesses. And what is baby boomers? They were usually born around 1946, 1960. So they are 60, 65 years old. So guys, if they're 60, 65 years old, what does it mean? They don't know much about TikTok, Facebook, maybe a little bit, Instagram, Snapchat. They don't know those things. Maybe I don't know it much, but I'm doing my best. So maybe they have a $200,000 business. Maybe they do HVAC, plumbing, electricity, electrical company, you name it, Medicare, all of those, you name it. The business costs $2 million. Do you know you can buy this business with this money that we teach you how to get? How do you buy this business? SBA 7A loans. They can finance up to 90% of any business that you want to get in America. So if SBA can finance 90%, SBA can finance 90% of that. What is the remaining? 10%. 10% of $2 million, what is it? 200K is coming from here. And guys, you start this process 3-4 months after, this business is yours. Because guess what? We taught you how to get this, and by getting this, your credit was already good. Because your credit is good. So if your credit is good, SBA will trust you. So they'll bring 90%. Up to 90%. Sometimes they can bring 75, 80%. If they bring 75, 80%, you can do what is a seller notes. What is seller notes? It means that the business owner that you are buying this business from, they will give 10%. They actually will give you 10% financing. That means that business owner will still stay with you and he guides you, and then he knows that in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years, he's going to make money. So you can get that 10% also from him. But you have to come at least with 10% in your pocket. So SBA give you 90%, you bring 10%. Now you're controlling this business. And what I was talking about, those baby boomers, they don't know much about AI and things. Imagine you are a young person, you study how, because those business usually they're not doing a lot of ads on Facebook and Instagram and doing TikTok. You buy this business at $2 million today. You make sure that you bring invention in there. You hire somebody specialist to bring you to, you can bring you expertise. You transform this business in 1 year or 2 years, you can sell it for $3.5 million. 3 years. 2 years. Imagine, and when you own this business, every year at least this business is maybe bringing you, after you pay the loan on everything, it bring you at least $100,000 take home money. Guys, this it's not magic. Some people are doing it. If they are doing it, why are you not doing it? All you have to do is go and take courses on how to buy business. Go take courses on how to do due diligence. Go take courses on how to understand the industry that you want to put yourself in. Healthcare, plumbing, electricity, concierge, whatever business, those businesses are there. And there is a lot of business. You cannot finish buying them. Imagine you learn this in 2 years, you can sell this business here. What is your profit here if you do this? Huh? What is your profit here? But that is us teaching you how to get 250,000. You can do this. Now, I'm not saying that this is easy. I'm not saying this is going to happen quickly. I'm not saying this is just, this requires discipline. It requires attention. But if you can put yourself into go and learning a new course and know this, and then you can put yourself in discipline and do this, imagine in 3 years you're walking away with $1.5 million because we taught you how to access this. And now with this, you control this. That's the power of leverage, using other people. And doing all of this, one single dime did not come from your pocket. Imagine if you know this business. Imagine you do this business once, and then you master it, and then you keep doing it again and do it again. If you know how to do this, maybe you can buy 2 businesses a year. Maybe 2. I'm not saying when I did 3 or 4, because the process, the due diligence, the studying, the weighing, the finances and learning and doing that, this is not something you're just going to walk away and see a business. I can give you the website where the business, you can go buybusiness.com. Biz by Biz. Biz by Biz, you have a lot of businesses there where you can buy. But I'm not going to say anybody go and just get the money and go buy it tomorrow. Because you probably might fail. You have to go, learn how to buy the business, take courses, learn also how to change that business so it can be money-making machine for you. That is just SBA. You can do roll-ups. What is roll-ups? Roll-ups is you, instead of looking at this business as $2 million, you go and buy small businesses that are maybe like $400,000 or $500,000. $400,000, $500,000. You're looking, I'll put it clear so everybody can see. $500,000. Using SBA again, how much you're coming with here? 10%, $50,000. You can buy maybe 2 or 3 of those. And usually a business that is making around $500,000, it's only science. We know usually the owner is always maybe the one doing the accounting. He's the one who's also maybe doing the sales. He doesn't have maybe CRM system processing and things. So when you go in there, this owner doesn't have this because you do your due diligence. You buy 3 businesses, you combine them together. You give automatic value because when you're combining, then you have only one department for finances, one department for sales, one department for operations. When you combine them together, that same business, you do it in just 1 year, you can double the value of that business right away. You double it, and then you're not doing those businesses to keep them. No, your ambition is not why you want to keep something that you even didn't build. Just make money and leave and go do something else again. Go repeating, keep on repeating it. So those are things you gotta go. You take courses. I'm gonna always stress about it. Take courses, do due diligence. If you put yourself 1 hour a day that you want to learn this, in 60 days you'll be a master about those things. 1 hour a day, 60 days you can be a master in this. Guys, there's so much I can talk about. Tax lien properties, tax deed properties. What is tax deed properties? In Texas, you have people, they have a house, and then maybe at some point they're not making money. And then they cannot pay the tax, the property tax. The property goes to foreclosure. Every first Tuesday of the month, there is auction going on, Harris County. You go there, and then you can buy the deed. When you buy it the first day that you bought it, if the owner wants to redeem that house, 25% interest that you make first year. Second year, 50%. Antoinette, you know those things.
Yeah, and I also do SBA loan.
Oh, okay, she does SBA loans also. So, tax deed properties. There's so many businesses that you can do. The power of leveraging the capital. So, tax deed, roll-ups, franchisee. Yeah, you can go and franchise. You don't have to create your own business. You can go and open a, 7-Eleven gas station. Or maybe, Wingstop or whatever it is. And those already have business structure. Everything is working. Guys, some people are buying it. Why are you not buying it? Maybe you're sitting here, you have good credit. What is that credit serving you if it's not making money for you? Always going there and checking, I have a 750 credit. What is it giving it to you? Nothing. No, it's not giving you nothing. Only just you can see and then you have a good credit. Yeah. If you don't have a good credit, why are you just sitting on a bad credit knowing that this is a number 1 degree in America? Go fix it. Make sure you fix it so you can qualify for all the things and use other people money, OPM, and then make yourself rich. Take the time. This is not a get quick rich. This is not that. This is not, I'm going to do it. Oh, wow, Rashid talk about some stuff. It's exciting. It's good. Then tomorrow or maybe, no. Discipline, persistence, making sure that you're doing the routine, making sure that you're doing things correctly. So I can talk about some more. So I want it just because I don't want to just talk about how to access the capital, but I want to show also somewhere you can actually even deploy that capital. If there is anybody in this room that you have a good credit, please use it. Let it make money for you. Otherwise, it does not serve you. If you have a bad credit, don't sit on it. If you feel like maybe fixing credit is hard, well, success takes discipline. It takes, you to take some step, because until you step out of your comfort zone, you are not going to make it. If you feel like, oh, I don't even have money to repair my credit. How many times you eat in a day? 2 times? Cut off 1 meal, brother. Cut off 1 meal. Yeah. Because success is not going to come from your comfort zone. It's not going to be when I have the money. I'm going to have the money. It's what I've learned about success is those small disciplined things that you do. Those small disciplined things. It's like one of the things that I always stress about is reading. If you commit yourself to read 30 minutes every day, in 1 year your life will change, because you will learn something new. But you know what is harder? It's easy to read and easy not to read also. Yeah, because maybe you wake up in the morning and then the book is there. And tomorrow gets there. I know what? No, at nighttime, when I come back from work. Nighttime, when you come back from work, you're tired. So you see how it's easy to read and easy to not read? But those things that I'm talking about is discipline. If you discipline yourself to learn, you discipline yourself that you want to work on something that will make sense for you. Because it's, how can I be in the most powerful nation on earth using all those strategies, all those opportunities, and I'm not using it? And you see some people, this is how people, you see somebody, and then in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they're making millions of dollars, and you feel like they did juju. Or maybe, they did juju. Or this guy, something is not clear in his money. No. Something is not clear. There is something he's not saying. There's something he's not saying. No. The difference is the lifestyle that you're having. Maybe you guys are sharing a drink, but when this person goes home, he commit maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour to read. 30 minutes to 1 hour to learn a new skill. Imagine every day you wake up, you learn a new skill, and then you go on. You know, me, myself, personally, I learned those skills by reading. I have read more than 400 books. Yes. More than 400 books. So, you know, it's not something that is going to be easy. No, it's not going to be easy, because if it's easy, everybody will make it. If it is easy, why we only have 1% or 2%, 5% making money? But have you studied their lifestyle, their routine? What are they doing? What kind of degrees they're doing? What kind of study? What is their lifestyle? When they wake up in the morning, what do they do? Maybe when you wake up in the morning, the first thing is going to, pick up the phone, go to Facebook, for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then later go to TikTok, because you're feeding yourself with information. Guys, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing goes, let me learn something 30 minutes. That can make sure that I'm actually bettering myself, that I make sure that I'm learning something that will make a difference in my life. This is the routine that I'm doing by myself, and trying to master some stuff, trying to learn it, making sure it's gonna change my life. So when you see me maybe in 2 years or 3 years, guys, in my mind, I'm building an empire. I am not just thinking, I'm building an empire. Yeah, this is what I want to do. So I'm building an empire. So the empire is something everybody can do, but it's all depending on your discipline. As I say, it's easy to do and it's easy not to do. The choice is yours. Because if you're sitting here, your life is the sum of all the decisions that you have made in your past until today. That's your life right now, whatever it is. I'm sure there is people in this room, they are more intelligent than their bank account. But the bank account is still not reflecting the level of intelligence they have. So what it means that the structure that you have in your life are not properly suited for the attainment of the attention and the success and the winning that you want to get. So you need to subvert some of it. You need to subvert some of the discipline that you have, that you need to step out of your comfort zone, take yourself and do things that you have never done before, so you can have the things that you never had before. Yeah. So this does not make me more intelligent than anybody in this room. This does not make me that guru or no. I just went and learned it. That's all I did. I just went and learned it and tried to discipline myself to know that I want to succeed and I want to learn those things. And I'm showing these opportunities for anybody in this room. You can make it, and even make it 5-10 times bigger than what we are doing. Everything is on your decision, on the things that you do. So Raul, can you give me, maybe it looks like it's time that I talked a lot, so I want to give a toast to everybody. Thank you for coming, thank you for being here. It's an amazing year of 2026, and I hope that everybody makes the 2026 year the best of your life. Guys, in the company, I'm focusing on funding today. If you have a bad credit, what I call a bad credit is less than 700, because we want to go to the bank where we are more than 700, because we don't want to get denied. So if we are going there, if you feel like you have less than 700 credits, we can help you fix your credit. We were at 1997 one time, or 724 for 3 months. Guys, 2026, everybody is doing promo. So RMJ is doing promo. Yeah. So to fix your credit, it's $985 one-time fee, or $385 for 3 months. And then we fix your credit, we get you that 700, possibly, because by the law I cannot tell you that we can get to 700, and by the law we cannot charge for credit repair. So we are doing credit optimization. Guys, pay attention. Credit optimization. Okay? Yeah, we're doing credit optimization. So when you look at it, do you see credit repair somewhere? No, we don't do credit repair. We do credit optimization. Guys, pay attention, please. So $985 one time, $385 for 3 months, and then we make sure that at least we do the work for you, and hopefully potentially you can shoot back and get ready for funding. That is if you have bad credit. Now if you have good credit, there is 2 ways of working with us. There is a model 1 on success basis, or there is model 2 on fixed basis. If you sell that, hey, you want to have access to $60,000 that you kickstart your business, that's what you're looking for. The fee to work with us is $5,000 and then a down payment of $1,000. If you feel like you need more, $150,000, the fee is $10,000 and then the down payment is $2,500. If you feel like you want $250,000, the fee is $15,000 and down payment is $5,000. Now, maybe you're sitting in this room and you're like, how can I trust you guys and give you $5,000 and expect that? Maybe you don't believe it. Possibly, it's up to you, it's your own decision. Or maybe you feel like you don't have it, which is understandable also. If you don't have it, we understand that. So we're bringing Model 1. What is Model 1? It's only success basis. So we take your file, we get you funded, and you pay us. You don't have to pay any down payment to start. If you feel like you just don't want to risk it, that's fine. We do it on the first $100,000, we take 9% of whatever we get you. And then from there, if you want more, from 100,000 to 200, we drop it to 8%. And then you, after $100,000, you want more, we drop it to 7%. So we are giving you also the possibility of not risking your money, because maybe you want to step out your comfort zone, or maybe you don't have the money. We give you that option to work with us to make sure that we get you the funding that you need. We help you to liquidate it and get it to cash if there's credit cards, or maybe if you have lines of credits also where the interest kicks in. But we explain you all the terms and conditions because you have to accept it. You are responsible for this. So by making sure that we position you so you can get the funding. So this is how you can work with us. You have good credit. If you have good credit, you don't even have to chip in $1. You can come. Cedric is here. The team is here. Sandra is here. Sandra is the brain of the company of RMJ. Please give it up to Sandra. Yeah. Yeah. Sandra, come on, Sandra. Come on. Yeah. So Sandra is my admin manager. She's been working with me for 5 years. I have Henry here. Henry, come on, Henry. Henry here. Yeah, Henry is my sales rep. Henry is one of the good guys that I have. And give it up for Henry. He bought lunch for all the team today at work because it feels like we are doing great things, and then we want to appreciate it. So Cedric is here, the funding specialist. Jamal also is here. So if you need the money, you need the $250,000. Talk to this guy. I've shown my cards, right? He has more cards than me.
Which way does it go home, man?
Huh? He has more cards than me. Yeah, so he's the funding specialist. So you can talk to him. He makes sure.
How do you send me out?
Okay, now make sure you talk to Cedric. He can get you funded quickly. And one of the things also we build also by being a funding company, we build relationship with banks. So there are banks, it's just a phone call away, we get you funded. Just a phone call, we get you funded because we work in your file before we know what the underwriting department needs, and then we will send you directly to a BRM, Banking Relationship Manager, so they can work on your file. We have built those strategic partnership. We've been working, guys, for a while, making sure we craft something that will make sure that we put you in a position for success. Raul is here, he's one of our partners. And then on our team right now, maybe a couple of people are only here, but it's 9 people in our team. We have more people, so some of them are working remote. Some of them actually even took vacation. My assistant, Karime, she was here last time, but some people saw she's on vacation in Mexico. So we have more people in the team, making sure that we actually give you the best service that you need to cater you and make sure that, things happen. So I'm going to stop it here. Otherwise, Raul is just going to put me out. And then I'm going to take some questions and, making sure that we'll be able to help you. And last time we did a drawing here. Azana is here, you won a prize. So last time we did 3 drawing, we gave some prizes away. So Azania is one of the guys we're going to fund for free. No money to pay to us. We make sure you get funded. This is what we are giving. So it was not actually 4 people last time. Yeah. So was Azania, was Stefan. Oh yes, Rihanna also won last time when we were here. But since today we are doing promotion, so we are not doing free today. But we are giving you a 50% discount, and we are also giving you guys an opportunity to work with us with no payment. So now it's time for questions. And thank you so much for everybody for being here. Let's start from some questions, and then I will make sure I answer some of it. And then, we'll go ahead and eat because it's been a while.